Animations. Don't we all love them? Well, I've decided I would give myself a try and try to make the four most simple animations there were to heal my inner child of becoming an animator. Now, I have a bit of experience in 2D animation, but not really. I mean, I've tried stop motion animating and I've done some animation, but I never really pulled through with it. I just did it here and there once for a 1 month challenge, and what came out wasn't really the best. My walk cycle looked more like a person walking on the spot or trying to do the moonwalk. So, I've had Procreate Dreams sitting around for a while now. I bought it on release for my birthday, and I just never managed to make an animation. Although I did try some video editing of myself to add some special magical effects, but that was about it. Anyways, here I am trying to make a blinking animation without reference. Very, very smart. As you saw from the intro, I did the jumping ball animation, and I thought it would be cute to imagine it was a pyro slime, since they do bounce quite funnily around. So, the blinking animation, I just thought I'd just sketch eyes and then just make the top slowly come lower and the bottom stays. I was also trying to figure out how to use the flipbook at the time, because how on earth do you use all these little tracks? How do you use the layers? How do you use that? Honestly, I was just too lazy to watch a masterclass video because, I don't know, I just want to jump straight into it and not waste so much time with tutorials and stuff. I hope you can relate to that feeling. And isn't the blinking animation supposed to be one of the easiest animations? Or a basic animation you should master since your characters have to blink? I mean, it looked pretty bad when I looked at it, and I was trying to figure out how to make it ping pong so I would save time. And as you can see, I have no idea how to use Procreate Dreams. I also didn't know why my flipbook was much longer than I had anticipated, so the flipbook would turn white. I'm still an extreme dummy to Procreate Dreams, so if you could just give me some dummy tips, that would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, and I didn't know how to cut down that white thing, I just did it as I felt, and I guess it kind of worked. There was still like 2 white frames left, and I tapped on it and it still didn't work. So I was stuck there and quite confused for some time. So the solution, just shorten it until you don't see anything. And so I kind of did manage the animation. It ping-ponged, and even though it looked like the eyes shifted a bit, it surely wasn't that bad, right? Is it that bad though? Here's the finished animation. It's not that bad, I'm telling myself. It's okay. It's plausible. So, next up is the waving animation. And I mean, there is this function in Procreate Dreams called perform, where you can just move your thing. And I was kind of struggling to figure out how to use it at first. And then I figured out where to put my anchor. Initially, I wanted to draw Shenhe as the person waving, but still have a bit of troubles drawing in Procreate Dreams, especially since you can't use the smart shape thing feature. I don't like that. I hope they update it soon. Yeah, and I also drew the hand initially first at the same layer as my other drawing, so that didn't work. And as you saw in my failed attempt right there, I didn't know where to place the anchor, but thank God I figured it out pretty quickly. Yeah, and it looks very unnatural, but it looks okay, I guess. It covers the basics, so who knows? Well, and lastly, we have the animation I poured my heart and soul into, the jumping hydro slime. Honestly, it did turn out better than expected. I wanted to make the hydro slime jump like a ball because that's a basic animation skill. And I wanted it to have a blinking animation as well because, you know, I think a blinking hydro slime is easier than Genshin eyes. So, yeah, what can I say except for the fact that I was figuring out Procreate Dreams? Chronologically speaking, I did this animation before I did the other animations, and you can definitely see the chaos in it. First of all, I didn't know how to edit the flipbook at first. Because before Procreate Dreams 2 came out, it was very simple to just get to the drawing feature. And I didn't know how to get to this one. Also, drawing on Procreate Dreams is kind of weird, I felt like, because I hadn't exported my brushes yet, and I couldn't make the perfect circle, so I just freehanded it. I don't know, do artists have the special skill of freehanding circles? Because I don't have it yet. I'd like to get it. If you have the special ability to draw circles, please send it to me. Thank you very much. Anyways, yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous circle, as you can see. And yeah, I don't know what I was doing here. I mean, I also wanted to try to select feature that they had added a new update. I mean, it wasn't there in the initial update, and I was like, girl, you need to add that soon. That's a necessity. Why isn't this lasso tool there? I didn't quite understand it. I mean, it's still kind of confusing to me. At least it's there. I just don't get it. Anyways, I did the bouncing ball animation once already, in February of last year, so I pretty much forgot everything anyways. It was part of a Pinterest 1 month animation challenge, and it was definitely pretty stressful to get one animation per day. But you know, so far the animation didn't look that bad. And I mean, for the fact that I didn't use any references, I'm really, really proud of how far it is at the current state. I wanted it to be a jumping hydro slime because I thought the hydro slimes were just the simplest to draw. They don't have any spikes like the cryo slimes or the geo slimes, and they don't have any wings like the animal slimes, and those slimes can anyhow jump. So I wouldn't see why they can anyhow fly. I wouldn't see why they would want to jump if you can fly. Before I started drawing or practicing how to draw, I really went into animation, and I really, really enjoy animation till this day. But I realized, okay, wait, I kind of need to learn how to draw first. And so I'm in my second year of learning how to draw, and I don't really know how to balance animation with it because I don't have the time for all of that. But I've definitely found a lot of joy as well from drawing. I would just like to go into the animation branch or branch more often. However, it's easier to get a job as artist, I feel, nowadays. And also, animation just takes so long. Right now you can see I'm trying to figure out how to add a shadow to the slime. And, yeah, clipping masks, I had to figure it out, and it was very interesting. And it's not consistent at all. I'm just freehanding it at this point. But at least it's faster than drawing the ball. I don't know, how long does it take you to finish one animation? And how do you get faster doing an animation? Because I don't want to take 2 months for just a 40-second... No, 40 seconds is long. For like a 10-second animation. At least with art, I feel personally, it's way easier to get a project out fast and also good. Maybe 3 or 4 hours? That's still one weekly piece. And also practice in between. I really enjoy that, to also get dopamine and see how much you improve. Or at least you have a lot of things you can compare yourself to when practicing. Also, here I'm attempting to add the eyes to the slime. Because, let's be real, slime eyes are just 2 ovals. plus an oval on the outside. How hard could it possibly be? Apparently very hard. Because I was trying to figure out for my life how on earth you do that. Oh, look, that's a pretty perfect eye. Mind you, I was drawing this Hydro Slime as well without reference, but I've defeated enough of them to know how they look like. Still surprises me to this day that Columbina uses slime drops and not some Nocry specialties. Very interesting. Again, here you can see no idea what I'm doing, just extending the frames and hoping it works. And just drawing each eye individually instead of just copy pasting it and adding it a bit higher than the first one. I mean, I tried the duplicating option beforehand once and I don't know, just wasn't for me, didn't work somehow. Probably my mistake, probably the user's mistake. Yeah, and I thought Hydro Slimes were pretty easy to draw with their eyes. You will see in about a second that I fumbled pretty bad. It was my idea to draw first the eyes at the very top and then like draw the frames in between. Well, that didn't exactly go according to plan because you will see in about probably 30 seconds the blink was a bit too fast. You just don't see it. And I wanted it to still be visible because otherwise that would ruin the whole point of the animation and the blinking animation if you don't see the blink. Yeah. I tried the selection tool. I tried this weird selection tool and selected too many frames. And what did I decide to do? Just move them, which was also not the best idea because the eyes were now not aligned with the body of the Hydro Slime. They were too high and the body was too low. So, yeah, what did I do? I added the eyes in the frames in between. And I erased the rest instead of just deleting it. Pure intelligence. And then I redrew every single eye after that. Because I don't know how animation works. I don't know how the interface works. I think the interface is better than Procreate's interface itself. But it's just so hard to learn. Like, it's not hard to learn. I just don't want to watch a 27-minute video and then be sitting there and have no idea what I'm actually doing when I actually create an animation. Do you guys have any beginner animators tips? I would really appreciate that. And so I just randomly or very quickly drew the eyes or the outlines of the eyes around it. Not very pretty. But our Hydro Slime was getting together and he was ready to bounce right into my arms so I could get its drops for Columbina, because my Columbina is still not triple crowned. Well, here is the finished animation. Tell me what you think about it and please drop some tips. Bye bye!